Well, it's about a week late, but we finally got our Christmas snow, didn't we, Mittens? She's impressed. Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. I just listened to the full Black Sabbath album, Heaven and Hell, with Dio on my Patreon page. So if you're interested, you don't have to join. Somebody said in the live chat yesterday, why do we have to join anything? You don't. But, you know, you have to promote things that you do. And next week, I plan to listen to the full George Harrison album on Patreon, Gone Tropo. I know you want me, some of you had suggested for my Does This Album Suck series. I know it's not going to suck. It's George Harrison. But I'll do some kind of video for YouTube also about my review for it. But just for those that want to join, I'm letting you know. And speaking of Patreon, that has nothing to do with me, Andy and Alex, who are also on YouTube and have a Patreon page, they have a $1 per month membership and a $5. I'm on the $5 one because I just love their content. They just, they've done Abbey Road, Sgt. Pepper, and Revolver. I'm waiting for them to do the White Album. They love the Beatles. And they just did Led Zeppelin's first album yesterday. And I enjoyed just watching them listen to the album for most of the songs they'd never heard before. So I really enjoyed that. And so when I was listening to Led Zeppelin 1 for the 1000th time probably, and I love it every time, I was thinking, Led Zeppelin 1 and Led Zeppelin 2. I love Led Zeppelin 3 too, by the way. But just between those first two albums, it's like, if I had to choose, which one is the better of the two? I mean, I know they're both great and some people don't want to choose, but just for the fun of it and the entertainment, which one would you choose? And this is what I'm basing this latest idea on. I've kind of done it in the past, but this is new. So the idea is, say you have to go, say one of these two albums are out of your life forever. You have two album choices and you can only take one of them with you. You're going to Mars or something, I don't know. And you can only take one of the two choices I give you. And I'll let you know my choices. But maybe while I'm saying this, you could comment so it's not so much of a struggle for you at the end. As I'm asking, you can start writing your comments. So there's 15 questions in all, or 15 albums with 2 selections for each. So, first off is, if you could only have one of the albums for the rest of your life, Led Zeppelin 1 or Led Zeppelin 2? And I'll tell you my choices at the end. Next, you can only have the Beatles' Abbey Road or the Beatles' Revolver. Which one would you choose? You're going to Mars and you can only take one of them. It's the rules. Next, Yes, Close to the Edge, or Yes, Relayer. And to make it even more interesting, out of all of these that I mentioned, you can forsake one of the choices, one of the bands, and say, I don't want either one, I don't want one of those two albums. So I'll take two of, the bands, like Led Zeppelin 1 and 2, I'll take those instead of either of those Yes albums. But only one time you can do that. It's my rules. So yeah, Yes, Close to the Edge, or Yes, Relayer. Next, Genesis, Foxtrot, or Genesis, Selling England by the Pound. You only have those two albums, no other Genesis albums to choose from. It's my rules. Don't get me mad. Next, Black Sabbath, Master of Reality, or Sabotage. Next, the Velvet Underground and Nico, or their second album, White Light, White Heat. Next, Lou Reed, Transformer, or New York. John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band, his debut, real debut album, or Imagine. Paul McCartney, Ram, or Band on the Run. The Rolling Stones, Beggars Banquet, or Goat's Head Soup. Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon, or Wish You Were Here. Queen, A Night at the Opera, or Innuendo. Rush, 2112, or Hemispheres. Now this one is a little different because I was trying to think of two George Harrison albums, but of course All Things Must Pass it's basically a triple, although one is just a live album, basically a jam, Apple Jam. So just to make this one a little more fun, you have a choice between George Harrison's 33 1/3 or Ringo. And the last one, David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust, David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, or Station to Station. So that's 15 albums. The one I could do without, not that I don't love Rush, I do, but I could do without Rush, 2112, or Hemispheres, and instead I would take Abbey Road and the Beatles. So I can take both of those. And so for the other ones, Led Zeppelin 1 or Led Zeppelin 2, I was almost going to make just a video just on that, but I thought I would expand it and make it high quality entertainment. I would have to choose Led Zeppelin 1. I just did a poll on my community last night, and it was pretty even. But I think Led Zeppelin 2 won just by a few votes. But I would go with Led Zeppelin 1. I think it is a bit more consistent. I don't mind the drum solo, Moby Dick. It's a great instrumental. But overall, I think Led Zeppelin 1 is just a tad more amazing. For yes, Close to the Edge or Relayer. Most people I think would choose Close to the Edge, but I would choose Relayer. Genesis, Foxtrot or Genesis Selling England by the Pound. I'm thinking most Genesis fans would pick Selling England by the Pound, but I would choose Foxtrot. Black Sabbath, Master of Reality or Sabotage. I think most people would choose Master of Reality, but I would choose Sabotage. I'm different than you. Well, and I think if you have to choose between Abbey Road and Revolver, I think most fans would choose, I don't know, it'd be pretty even, but I think Abbey Road would win. Between Lou Reed's Transformer and New York, I think most would choose Transformer. It seems to be his most popular album, but I would choose New York. John Lennon and the Plastic Ono Band or Imagine, I would choose Plastic Ono Band, but I think most fans would choose Imagine. Prove me wrong. Paul McCartney, Ram or Band on the Run, I would choose Ram, but most fans would choose Band on the Run. The Rolling Stones, Beggars Banquet or Goat's Head Soup. It's kind of strange how, maybe because I'm strange, but most fans' favorite album is usually, sometimes, not my favorite. So for the Rolling Stones, Beggars Banquet or Goat's Head Soup, I think most Rolling Stones fans would choose Beggars Banquet, but I would choose Goat's Head Soup, a very underrated album. Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon, or Wish You Were Here. I think most fans would choose The Dark Side of the Moon, and so would I. Queen, A Night at the Opera, or Innuendo. I know that most would choose A Night at the Opera, but I would choose Innuendo. And if I had to choose between Rush 2112 or Hemispheres, but I don't have to take either because I'm taking both Beatles albums. I would choose Hemispheres. And for George Harrison 33 1/3 or Ringo, I love 33 1/3, but I love Ringo too. I would choose 33 1/3. Sorry, Ringo. I still love your album. And finally, David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust and Spiders from Mars or Station to Station. Oh, sorry. I think most people would choose the Ringo album. And for Rush, I think most would choose, I don't know, that might be pretty even. And for Queen, if I didn't mention that, A Night at the Opera, most would choose. And I think most would probably choose Ziggy Stardust. And I love Station to Station too. But I think I would go with Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars also. Yeah. So there you go. I read every comment. I really love the feedback and the differences between us all. And then we start having big arguments in the comment section. It's fun. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a great day. And thank you for those that came to the live chat last night or yesterday, late afternoon. I really enjoyed it, and it is posted on my front channel somewhere. So bye. Have a great day.